love the smell of SEC baseball on a Friday night. Welcome to Plainsman Park, where the grind of the SEC has already set in for the Arkansas Razorbacks and the Auburn Tigers. It's the second game of our three-game series. Razorbacks looking to snap a 5-game SEC losing streak. And welcome inside the broadcast booth alongside former Auburn pitcher, Auburn pitching coach Mark Fuller. I'm Wiley Ballard. And as we mentioned, Arkansas has lost 5 straight in the SEC. Auburn had a 4-game losing streak entering last night, but they turned it around thanks to a standout performance from their starter, Andreas Alvarez.
Yeah, short week. So they bumped him up from Tuesday to Thursday to not rush the other guys. He was dominant. 10 punch-outs, electric stuff. Probably their best prospect. We'll see what he did. It was a power fastball while he up at 95, and then watch this big breaking ball. He just dominated with that thing all night long, gave him 5+ strong innings, gave the offense time to get going. There you see the energy and the excitement.
His first career SEC start. He also got a load of run support, particularly in the 5th inning. It was a passed ball costing Arkansas 90 feet. Then a play in right field was not made, and after that, the dam burst open as the Tigers came up with 6 hits with runners in scoring position to score 7 runs and put the series opener away after 5 as the Tigers cruised to a 10-2 lead. And there is the contrast. They struggled offensively in that 4-game losing streak. Last night, that was not the problem.
Yeah, that says it all right there. They did it against a really good Friday night guy for Arkansas. They'll have to do it again tonight. But you're right, great offensive stuff. Coach Thompson was real happy. Had a rough week, he mentioned that. Lost 3 to Alabama, lost to Georgia Tech. Got going last night.
So Auburn snaps their losing streak. Arkansas in the midst of their longest losing streak in a decade. So Dave Van Horn, his group sailing uncharted waters, and it doesn't get any easier tonight with Jake Marciano, the sophomore lefty from Bayville, New Jersey, a transfer in from Virginia Tech. And Mark, you can make an argument he has been the MVP for Auburn in the first half.
Yeah, he has, and I think he's in the running for the SEC Pitcher of the Year. And there you see just nasty. He is just nasty. I've called his changeup a slider all year long. I've called his slider change. His stuff is so nasty. Wiley, nothing is straight. He dominates the strike zone. He throws 4 pitches wherever he wants to.
A look at the lineup he faces, featuring 6 left-handed hitters for Arkansas. One change from last night is Kahihio Aloy, beg your pardon, has checked in at DH, shuffling around Carter Rutenbar to first and Reese Robinette to third, and we are underway at 6:02, 77 degrees, our game time temperature, and Nolan Souza leading off.
Wow, that's a normal Arkansas team dominated by big, strong left-handed hitters. 47 home runs so far. They can really swing it. But they'll have their hands full tonight because Marciano features the slider, which is going to break down and away from lefties. If it's a left-on-left changeup, lefties have a little more advantage because the ball's coming to them. But with his breaking ball, I think we'll see more of them tonight, and they'll have to deal with that.
The velocity on that fastball is not going to blow you away, but to your point, Mark, it's the secondary stuff that has separated Marciano.
Yeah, he'll be 88 to 90, but it's just nasty. Everything moves, nothing is straight. He's hard to deal with. The arm stroke is real short and quick.
And popped up, shallow right. Rembert calling for it. And there's one down here in the top of the first. So 6 left-handed hitters, Mark. Normally you would think the advantage pitcher, but for Marciano, he's actually had more success against right-handed hitters.
Well, and that's the changeup and the breaking ball down and in. That's what I'm saying. You really can't sit on one pitch. The scouting report in that Arkansas dugout probably says, good luck, because you just can't sit on something because he can do so much. The numbers there just tell the story.
A beautiful evening for baseball here on the Plains as Ryder Helfrich climbs in. Jumps on the first pitch. Tough short hop for Guevara. Handles it perfectly, and Helfrich retired on 1 pitch.
Wiley, if you're a young coach out there, a young player, a dad who coaches kids, I want you to watch what he's done it about 10 times this year. It's a short hop. He knows this. Guevara knows if he plays back, it's going to eat him up. Watch him come get it, and watch how stiff the glove hand stays. It's like a 2x4. You push through it, you beat that second hop. If that ball bounces again, it's a base hit. He is really good over there.
So 2 away on 4 pitches, and now Camden Kojal takes a strike on the outside corner. Chase Fralick couldn't hang on to it. Eddie Newsom, our home plate umpire, calling balls and strikes.
I believe for years, Wiley, that you could throw too many strikes. This guy breaks that theory all down. He throws everything in the strike zone.
And a bouncer out to Guevara. Friendlier hop waist high, and from the infield grass, He ends the top of the first. It's a perfect 1-2-3 inning for Jake Marciano. Top 20 matchup between Arkansas and Auburn. The Hogs have been the class of the SEC the last 10 years, but in danger of falling out of the rankings for the first time in a long time. And the problem has been on the mound. Again, hitters have come up short here and there at times, but a 9 ERA over this 5-game losing streak. And you can see those numbers have to improve. And now Mark with Hunter Dietz on the mound. Give us the Dietz on the lefty.
Well, if I'm going to turn to somebody to break a 5-game losing streak, and by the way, this is a regional team, so the Razorback fans, you guys can relax. This is a regional team. They'll be just fine. But this is the guy you want out there, Hunter Dietz. I want you to look at the innings pitched and the strikeouts, all right? That's what tells you he's got 2 devastating pitches. The fastball is elite, middle 90s. The breaking ball is probably what he goes to more than anything. He'll be very difficult on Auburn's really good left-handed hitters. Talk about Arkansas having so many lefties. Well, Freilich, Terrell, Auburn's got some pretty good lefties of their own. He'll be a tough challenge for those left-handed hitters.
10 runs yesterday for Auburn, 7 in the 5th inning. The most runs they have scored against Arkansas since 2017. I don't think it's a coincidence that's the last time that Auburn won a series.
That's right.
Against Arkansas, and that was here at Plainsman Park.
And while they one guy not highlighted, well, nobody was highlighted, but one guy there to bring out is Ethan Bingaman playing first. He has been everything defensively. Last night got a 2-strike breaking ball, hit it down the line. He's really been special, probably pushing for a freshman All-American like the kids did last year. He's one of those kids, man. He's been solid so far. And this guy's electric. He'll bunt. He's got 20 stolen bases. He can hit doubles. Bristol Card, I said it more than once, I kind of have a man crush in the way he plays the game.
So Carter leads off. Team's leader in batting average and on base percentage, takes up and away ball 1.
Not many guys in this generation would have been okay in the 70s. Bristol Carter would have been. He'd have been just fine. So there's 94 out of Dietz. There you see the power stuff we talked about, 94, second pitch of the game. And look at those numbers there for Bristol, just having a great year. And he's done that since he showed up last year.
2 balls and a strike. Dietz coming off a start against Florida, in which he went just 4 innings, giving up 3 runs on 5 hits and 4 walks. He falls behind Carter here 3-1. You mentioned the strikeouts for Dietz. He is 2nd in the SEC. Jake Marciano, Auburn's starter tonight, is 3rd in the SEC in strikeouts. And a tapper up the third base line. Helfrich's throw, and Rutenbar can't hang on to it. Carter is safe at first. Nice work by Ryder Helfrich making that as close as it was.
Ryder Helfrich is the #1 catcher in the college game right now, projected anyway, and this is what you see. It was a heck of a play, heck of an athletic play. Coach Van Horn talked about last night how athletic he is. Watch him get out there and turn. Man, amazing play. If he had that to do again, he might turn the other way, but he made a great throw. It's a little short. And presents a real problem because Bristol Carter is a pain in the neck to pitchers. He moves, he dances, he doesn't stop, and he definitely distracts your attention.
Chase Freilich out in front of that off-speed pitch. Carter with 20 stolen bases in 21 attempts. That is 2nd in the SEC. Meanwhile, Freilich, Coach Butch Thompson described him as the most important person in the Auburn baseball organization, including coaches, administrators, everybody. This is it.
Well, and I would agree. If you hear a pregame, he's on all the advertisements, so they're advertising things to the fans, and he's the guy they use to advertise whatever it is. And here he is, the catcher. Coach Thompson said he hadn't caught enough. He's going to be back there now probably every game this weekend.
And Freilich ropes one, foul just over the tarp. Look at Butch Thompson in his 11th season here on the Plains. Arkansas has been a tough nut to crack for Coach Thompson, but quite frankly, it's been tough for everybody. No team in college baseball has won more games over the last 10 years than Arkansas. And there goes Carter, got a great jump, a wave and a miss, and the throw, a diving effort by Kojal just to keep it on the infield. It's the 21st stolen base of the season for Bristol Carter.
And he just can't throw him out. That's an elite catcher. It wasn't a great throw. The pitch took him a little bit to his glove side, but they just can't throw him out. He waits a couple of pitches, he gets the time down, he feels good, and he goes. Watch the jump. I mean, it was a definitely start. Actually, a pretty good pitch, a little bit out there. So I think he was going to steal it anyway, but that's what he's capable of doing. He just wrecks pitchers. Now watch him here. His movement here, and he'll steal third base too. He's not afraid. But what he does to a pitcher, Wiley, you come set and look back there, and you see constant movement with the feet. It distracts you. And Chris Rembert's there thinking, hey, come on, get distracted and throw one down the middle.
So Rembert follows up behind Freilich, who strikes out. 94 up and away. And by the way, they're going to say Carter reached on a throwing error by Ryder Helfrich. So an error and a stolen base so far in the inning.
Yeah, I think a little higher throw, he is out despite the speed. So I think that's right.
The ball and 2 strikes on Chris Rembert. First team All-American last year as a true freshman. In fact, he was the first Auburn freshman to get all SEC accolades since 2008.
And very different from some of the guys. Very vocal at Bristol Carter, Bub Terrell, very quiet. Chris Rembert's very quiet, plays the game hard, doesn't say too much. Not a lot of emotions on the field.
And he hits this one sharply through the right side. Carter gets the wave at third. The throw will go into second. It's an RBI single for Chris Rembert, and Auburn strikes first.
Yeah, they had him shifted up the middle. And you'll see here on the replay, they've got him shifted, and he just hit it right where they're not. Got a fastball away and shot it that way. And just too much to be able to get there. And Wiley, you and I talked about it. This was something Auburn didn't do for 6 games. They didn't drive guys in. Even the game they lost to Texas 7-6 on a Saturday night, they didn't do a good job then. And now all of a sudden, here you are. Welcome to hitting. Welcome to the world of being a hitter and a hitting coach and having a team of hitters that just can be a roller coaster at times.
Yeah, for Auburn, they scored just 4 runs in that 3-game series against Alabama. And,
yeah.
You know, Butch Thompson didn't hide from it, said they got to be better. And Mark, this is an Auburn team that expected offense to be their identity, but it's a long season. There's some ups and some downs. As Terrell skies this one way up. Is Helfrich going to have room? No.
Well, and ever since the days of Honus Wagner back in like 18, whatever it was, nobody can describe, explain, or work through hitting roller coaster. No, it's just hitting. Hitting is a point where there are 2 great teams in front of us here, and both of them have had their hitting problems the last week. Now, Arkansas got beat 15-14 on Tuesday night. They mashed. But in the SEC play, they've struggled. And everybody in this league, while all 16 teams over 10 weeks, somebody's going to hit a wall. For Auburn, they hope it was only a 4-game wall. You hope it's not real long-lived. It's just the nature of hitting. This is why when you pitch as well as these 2 teams do, you're going to win.
Bub Terrell cutting a miss. Throw down to second. They got him. Tag and played by Kojal. Ryder Helfrich says not twice in 1 inning.
And that was a breaking ball, so a slower pitch, and he threw a pretty good Chris Rembert out by 1.5 feet, 2 feet. Heck of a throw. Watch the exchange, how quickly it's out. And just an absolute missile, not even close. Ooh. Well.
The throw beat him, the tag was a little closer.
Surprised Auburn didn't want to review that one.
So full count on Bub Terrell. You mentioned the ups and downs. He didn't have a hit in Tuscaloosa so far this week. Already 3 hits with a homer and a double. And he's punched out on strikes at the top of the zone. Terrell can't believe it. But Auburn tacks on the game's first run. Ford from Pensacola, Florida, has given Auburn the lead here as we turn the page to the top of the second inning. And for Auburn, they turn back to Jake Marciano. And Mark, you were trying to make the point there in the first inning, but it went by too quickly about throwing too many strikes. And you think Marciano's bunked that theory?
Yeah, he stole my thunder. I mean, I was trying to make myself look good. He gets 6 pitches, 3 out. Yes, you cannot throw too many strikes when you can change speeds, pitch in and out with your fastball. I don't think it's possible, and he's proven that theory, that you can be in the zone all day long and have a lot of success.
Bouncer left side past Guevara, and that'll bounce into left field. The leadoff single for Carter Rutenbar, who's now 3 for 6 so far here in Auburn this weekend.
So Wiley, if there is a scouting report against him, that's it. Go up there and swing. Like, don't go up there and take. He's going to throw strikes. That's what Rutenbar did. Arkansas probably has that in their book of it. Hey guys, swing the bat. No need to take, because this guy doesn't walk people, and you get hits when you swing the bat early.
Good job there by Rutenbar.
Yeah, one of the highlights, according to head coach Dave Van Horn, of this recent slide for Arkansas has been the play of some of their freshman hitters. Rutenbar on that list as New shows bunt pulls it back, ball 1.
And I think from Coach Van Horn's standpoint, you do whatever you got to do to score some runs. So if they do bunt him, traditionally you wouldn't see an Arkansas offense bunt a whole lot because they could mash. But right now, the way things are going, maybe they will try to push one over, get a run early.
No sign there. A high strike on New.
I don't know what the 3-ball count is for this year for Jake Marciano, but there have not been many of them. Came into this game with 6 walks and 42 innings.
He leads the SEC in strikeout to walk ratio. Top 3 in strikeouts, ERA. He's averaging 2/3 of a base runner per inning. That is,
it's elite.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if I've ever heard that before, especially in this league.
Jaw-dropping. And it's hard to believe. You look at his numbers at Virginia Tech last year. Mark, he had an ERA over 6, gave up 12 homers in about 60 innings.
Did have 71 strikeouts. Did strike people out. And was a freshman. That's a lot of innings in the ACC, as you know, for a freshman. But a huge acquisition for this Auburn team to pick him up. And who knew? I don't know that Auburn knew in January that he would be the Friday guy, and he is.
He's gotten ahead on Micah New. Senior transferred in from Marshall, MVP of the Cape Cod League last summer. Tried to pull the string, and New spit on it.
And that's saying something. The Cape Cod League probably isn't as prestigious as it was 30 years ago when you had Frank Thomas and you had Robin Ventura and so many guys that I played against. But it's still a great league, and for New to do that, it's legit in that league.
2-2 is walloped left field and just foul off War Eagle wall. A tick early.
That's 2 sliders, and he missed both times. The first one, New fouled it off. That one, he hung it. And so that's where he's been so good, has Marciano, at getting that ball down and in. Right there, he hung him. And this Arkansas offense is just too good. Kind of like Auburn last night. They were in a little bit of a funk, big night, and maybe out of it. It won't take Arkansas long. 1 inning, couple mistakes, couple big hits, and they'll be right back. Because hitting is contagious. You heard that when you played Little League. I did too, 97 years ago. And it is. Once the bats get going, it can run the whole lineup. Play Little League, Wiley?
Yeah, but I had an immunity to hitting, so not contagious. 2-2 up in 3-2. But going back to Arkansas, Mark, I mean, you look in that first base dugout, they watched that ball sail towards the left field line. I mean, it must feel like it's been years since they caught one of a break on those close calls where it went their way.
We saw the plays last night, the 1 ball in right field, great effort, just couldn't get there, and the ball dropped out, which was big for Auburn in that inning.
Well, Micah New works a rare walk from Jake Marciano, just his 7th of the season in over 42 innings.
Well, and a pretty good pitch. And he relies on that. Coach Thompson talked about how he cross throws. He comes from the left side, kind of lower slot, cuts it into the right-handers. He just missed, but he needs that pitch. It's very important for him versus righties.
So now Reese Robinette at third base tonight after playing first in the series opener, went 1 for 3, was also hit by a pitch. And he takes the first pitch strike at 88.
Arkansas always, every single year, I've been doing this up here for 11 years now, they are always the most physical team. And they come out looking like Robinette. I mean, just huge, big legs, there's nobody in that dugout small, nobody. Whatever they're doing in the weight room, it sure pays off.
And after the walk, Marciano quickly ahead 0-2.
It's a very quick arm. So the hitter's reaction is like it's 100. It's 90 right there, which is great. But it's just a quick arm action. The ball kind of gets on you. He spits it a little bit. Just gets there really quick. The reaction's not very good.
0-2. We've seen 3 fastballs so far in this at bat against Robinette.
Yeah, I like that. He elevated. Chase Frelick called it. Chase Frelick calls his own game, by the way. He's got the little computer board right there on his shin guard. You see him calling the pitch right there. He'll call it. Marciano hears it in his hat, and they go with it. But Frelick calls the whole game.
Did your catchers put their computer on their shin guard, or they have it somewhere else?
Yeah. Back then, the signs are gone. The 1, the 2. Watch what happens. There you see it right there. It's the pitch column. He hides it, puts his fingers over it, and the pitcher hears an automated voice in his ear. And that's what we throw. And the game speeds up because of it. Good slider, good take. Great job by Robinette. It's a tough pitch. This guy's scary. Robinette, he's just one of those guys in the lineup that you've seen come through Arkansas so many years, and they're just scary.
3 balls and 2 strikes, and after getting 3 outs on 6 pitches in the first,
that's something.
Marciano's thrown 14 and yet to record an out here in the second.
Gotta love it. Tell you, good for Arkansas to give up the run, because you can kind of get into that here we go again mentality to come right back out, get a base hit and a walk, and now be threatening.
Robinette fights it off. I suppose if you watched Auburn baseball the last week plus, that scoring first has actually been a negative. Each of the last 5 games that Auburn has played, the team that has scored first has lost.
Tell you, the Arkansas dugout, I'm looking at them. They are on the edge, almost like it's an Omaha setting. They are ready for something big. Good pitch.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and Robinette pirouettes back to the dugout. He had to get out of there before he said something he regretted.
Yeah, but I think he knew it. This is a good pitch. Just caught him. It's a really good pitch. 7 fastballs, 2 breaking balls, and that at bat.
First strikeout of the night for Marciano, and here is Zach Stewart. For Stewart, transferring in from Missouri State, where he spent the last 4 seasons. Beg your pardon, 3 seasons, but hit over 40 homers. Starting to heat up a little bit. He's 5 for his last 12, although first couple of weeks of SEC pitching, it's been an adjustment.
Then on Wednesday night, his Missouri State boys come in there and score 5 the last 2 innings to beat Arkansas 15-14. I watched the last part of that game. It was wild. There's the slider, and that's what we talked about kind of the pregame. That's what he's going to throw to these lefties. They're not going to see change-ups from him tonight. They're going to see breaking balls.
That had some pretty good horizontal action on it.
It did. Marciano's actually thrown his slider 28% of the time. He's going to throw it more tonight because of the lefties. Why not? Go to it again, right? So he went hard away to Robinette. This is where Stewart's just got to look fastball. You can't get yourself caught guessing slider, but while they watch for that good fastball away, same pitch I threw to Robinette after 3 breaking balls.
1-2. And Mark, for Arkansas, this has a similar feel to last night where they had some chances early and just could not break through with that big hit. And then that 7-run 5th inning for Auburn was all she wrote.
And a team this good, 1 hit's all it takes.
Ooh, look out, Hudson Bulk, first base coach for Arkansas. Good thing he wasn't in the coach's box.
A team this good with that coaching staff over there, Coach Van Horn at the top, been there for 20-plus years, Nebraska for a long time as well. There's no panic. It's just hang in there and keep battling, because they know 1 big inning, some big swings, then right back on track.
Another 2-2 pitch.
There it is.
Oh, my. What do you got here, Mark?
Maybe a little bit up. Chase Frelick, pretty good job of going to get it. I agree, it's a ball. I think it was a great take by Stewart. He's having a great at bat.
Full count.
Yep, excuse me. Look for the breaking ball here.
And a hard hit one-hopper knocked down by Bingaman. He can't handle it. Rember pounces on it, but everybody's safe. And the Razorbacks have the bases loaded.
Stewart got a fastball away. The ball was smoked, and Ethan Bingham, when we talked about him, he's been so good defensively. A ball that just got there pretty quick. Did all I could to knock it down. Absolutely smoked. So for Arkansas, some feel good here early.
And a visit from Chase Freilich up to the mound. Kuhio Aloy with a chance to drive in a couple of runs for Arkansas at least. And well, that kind of tells the story right there. Yep. Mark, you were saying too many strikes. Now maybe not enough strikes.
Well, good for Arkansas. Got the first pitch of the inning, hit it that way. Then they got a walk, and then a battle right there by Stewart. Battle, took some good pitches and hit a rocket for a base hit. They gave that, so he earned that. But you see Chase Freilich walk out there with a scouting report. He took it out of his pocket. He wanted to talk about Aloy to make sure they're on the same page.
Well, presently, Marciano with a 1.26 ERA. Entered this week third in the conference in earned run average, but Arkansas, they've got him up against a corner. And ball one on Aloy. Aloy did not play last night, inserted as the designated hitter. TJ Pompey was the hitter out of the lineup for Arkansas, although Pompey was at third base. Two and oh.
And as you might guess, Aloy from Hawaii, so you got 6 hours to LA and then probably 6 more to Fayetteville, so he's a long way from home. I assume his mom and dad may be watching if they made the trip to Auburn. Glad you're here, but glad you're listening if you are. See if your son can get a big swing here for the Razorbacks.
2-0 is lifted high in the air, shallow center, backpedaling Brandon Crane. He's called off by Carter, and that will not be deep enough. Is Carter with a strike down to home plate, and there's 2 down. Big second out for Marciano.
And that was a moment, right? Coach Thompson talks a lot about moments, being in the moment with his guys. That was a moment right there for Arkansas. They missed it. Another shot here as Christian Turner comes up to try to do something to get things going for this offense and get some positive feel.
And Christian Turner trying to fill some pretty big shoes. Damian Ruiz, their usual left fielder, out for about a month after a knee injury last weekend against Florida while trying to rob a home run. Can the freshman come through in a big spot? 0-1.
It's the one thing about Marciano. These lefties, it's like they have just a first gear. There's not a lot of emotion. We saw last night Alvarez for Auburn got in, big pumping fist. This guy right here, he's just like he's frozen solid cold, and that's what you need in these situations. Don't get too high, don't get too low.
0-2. And Christian Turner in his limited playing time, just his 7th start of the season, but he has been prone to strikeouts.
It doesn't feel like a lot up here for you and I. While it's a huge inning for Arkansas, they just need something positive here early. The good thing they have done is they've put 30 pitches this inning in Jake Marciano. You want to try to get him out of the game as fast as you can offensively and see what Auburn has in the bullpen. So you want to work the starting pitcher. They have done that. But boy, could they use something through the hole here.
1-2. Good take from Christian Turner. You try and get him to chase that one more time?
I think you do. I mean, also being a freshman, and he was close there, I think you go for it one more time if you're Freilich and Marciano, see if he'll chase it.
This will be the 21st pitch of the inning. 2-2. Just outside. Oh, that was close. And now we got 3-2 with 2 outs, and the base is loaded.
Great stuff, isn't it? Here you go. Got drama early. Doesn't have to be the 9th inning to create some drama.
Marciano shakes. The lefty's payoff. Hard hit grounder out to Rembert. Knocks it down, recovers in time. And Jake Marciano, the Tigers, wriggle off the hook. 1-0. but right at Chris Rembert. So Arkansas is turned away in the top of the second. We go to the home half. And for Arkansas, Hunter Dietz getting the start. And one of the keys for the Razorbacks, got to get more length out of that starting pitching.
Yeah, and if you want to know why it's a 4-5 SEC record, that's why. You have to get 5+. Auburn got 5+ out of Alvarez. Gives the offense a chance to settle in. But while you're not going to win in this league, if you can't get, I think, at least 5 out of your starters.
Got 4 innings from Gackle last night.
And his was command. He walked 4 guys last Saturday against Florida in 2 innings and had some command issues last night. This guy hasn't had a lot of command. He's thrown the ball really well, has Dietz, and this is the kind of guy, because the stuff is so dominant, that can give you 6 good innings and let you get into a little groove. That's his job tonight.
Leads the SEC in strikeout rate. Behind on Guevara, 2-1. By the way, I shorted Jake Marciano 32 pitches, I beg your pardon, in that second inning. So quite the contrast from just 6 in the first. And a hard hit, one hopper past Robinette, headed to the left field corner. Guevara racing to second, and he is on fire here in this series. Now 4 for 4 with a double and a homer.
Got to break the ball down and in while you'll see it. This ball's going to be right in a bad spot. Down and in. He did it last night too. He got a breaking ball middle in and smoked it over the shortstop, third base hole. Does it again there for a double. I've always thought that he was the best pure hitter. He had some hamstring issues freshman, sophomore year. He's a hitter, and he can really hit. Hitters don't stay down long. Hitters hit. Guevara hits.
He hit .364 in the SEC last year as that pitch misses inside on Eddie Madrigal.
And it's just a total feel. While he watched this Auburn offense, it was stagnant for 5 SEC games and at Georgia Tech. And all of a sudden there's life, there's energy. It's amazing. I've always been amazed by how offense can be that way, and that's what you hold on to, you know, when a team goes through a funk or a little bit of a struggle.
Auburn, they've hit 3 homers in their last couple of games, which is significant because they'd only hit 2 in their previous 7. They just hadn't had much power. And look, in today's game, when you're not driving the ball with authority, it can be hard to put up big numbers.
No question. Hey, and credit Alabama. They gave Auburn nothing. You said it. 4 runs in 3 games. Are you kidding me? You're not going to win much doing that.
And the 2-1 is hit sharply into center. New is back, squared up. He's got it. Guevara slides into third safely. So a loud and productive out for Eddie Madrigal.
And he's the guy they have been desperately missing. He tore his ACL in October. And to get back and be ready to go, he was ready 10 days ago, Wiley. So that's a huge addition. He can play first base. He's been DHing mostly, but he was a name Coach Thompson kept talking about in the winter. We're going to miss him. Now he's back, had some good at-bats.
And a 1-0 game here in the second inning. Arkansas brings the infield in.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with them. I agree. And right there, Dietz, 95. So the stuff is like it always has been, really good. But, yeah, I think that's a great move. Bring him in. See if they can't cut that run down.
Line drive, smash into center. That's down for a base hit. Guevara glides home, an RBI single for Ethan Bingaman. 2-0 Tigers.
And I said it right to start, Wiley. I know we got Freilich and we got Bristol Carter, but that guy right there, because of what he's given Auburn as a freshman defensively and now with the bat. Big hit last night, drove in 2, did it again right there. He's doing some special things as a freshman. Highly ranked out of high school, also equally as good as a pitcher. Good night, good start for him.
Speaking of freshmen, here's Mason McCrane. Takes ball 1.
Auburn's a very young team. Got another redshirt freshman, his brother, Brandon McCrane, on deck. Binghamton, a freshman. They got young guys, sophomores everywhere. This team's got a pretty bright future with the young guys they have.
Mason McCrane, 6'6" from the left side. So a couple of 6'6" lefties tangling here.
And a lot like Bingham, I think Coach Thompson and Coach Tiefert are pretty excited about his future pitching, but right now he's an asset in the outfield swinging the bat. Good pitch.
And candidly, he's a guy who probably turned down some serious money to come to Auburn.
Yeah, while if you're a freshman in the SEC, you turn somebody down. I mean, that's one of the criteria. I had an SEC coach tell me, hey, if you want to know if you're an SEC caliber guy, it's a good breaking ball there. Ask yourself how many scouts are in the stands. Why not college scouts, professional scouts? That tells you whether or not you kind of crack the mold for being an SEC caliber player. Professional scouts in the stands watching. It's a good breaking ball there by Deeds. That's what he's good at. It's really good behind the power fastball, and a good one there.
So now Brandon's going to try and pick up his younger brother Mason here. And a first pitch strike from Dietz.
And Dietz is normal. That's 96. He's been his normal self. Credit the Auburn offense. Just some really good at bats so far.
McCrane goes around, and on the dirt ball, in goes to second. Ethan Bingaman heads up play. It's an 0-2 count, but another runner in scoring position.
Wow, you said two things right there. Heads up play and dirt ball. How do you read a dirt ball? You read it out of the pitcher's hands. Bingaman got his secondary lead. He was moving before the ball ever got there because he read it out of his hand.
Just caught a stitch.
So what you're taught as a base runner is you take your secondary lead, but you're watching the ball out the pitcher's hand. And when you see down angle, look at Bingaman. He didn't pause. He saw the ball bounce and he was gone. And even as good as the catcher is behind the plate for Arkansas, no chance.
Swing and a miss. Hunter Dietz with his 4th strikeout of the night, but Auburn brings around another leadoff man. They lead 2-0. With a big RBI single, Auburn now ahead by 2 as we go to the 3rd. And Jake Marciano, well, it was a quick first inning. Had some pressure put on him there in the 2nd, Mark, but ultimately Arkansas could not find that big hit they've been craving.
Yep, you're right. They need one. And Jake Marciano probably texted me the game's over. Hey, thanks, Fuller, for jinxing me, saying I throw a lot of strikes, and that's good because he did have a long inning. And good for Arkansas. Look, if you can't get the runs in, then work hard on the pitch count, Wiley, and getting the starting pitcher out of the game. That was a good inning for them.
And Souza chases a high heater 0-1.
And we showed you the numbers. They're hitting 116, our lefties, against Marciano. They just don't see the ball. Right there, that ball, like it was 100. It was 88, but Souza just didn't pick it up, and it blew by him.
And I'm sure any lineup is going to feel better facing the guy the 2nd time through, but is Marciano a guy you feel like you can make real progress against the 2nd time?
I don't think so, because he can throw 4. You may see 4 different pitches on 4 at-bats if you face him long enough, if he stays in the game long enough.
And he makes quick work of Nolan Souza, a 2nd strikeout tonight. So he gets him with the sweeping breaking ball.
And because of the lefties, Wiley, right now, it's pretty much fastball slider.
Tomorrow, Ole Miss and number 21 Florida finish up their big 3-game series in Gainesville, and we'll have it for you right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. Florida coming off a sweep of Arkansas in Fayetteville last week. Helfrich fouls this one out of play.
Yeah, go figure this league. They go to Tuscaloosa 2 weeks ago and get swept. Then they go to Fayetteville. I don't know when the last time Arkansas got swept by anybody in Fayetteville, and Florida goes, and then Florida gets beat last night. So go figure this league. It's just a roller coaster day in day.
Ball and a strike on Helfrich. This really has been the one guy that Arkansas has been able to rely upon day in, day out. So far in this series, he's 3 for 4 with a homer.
Yeah, hit a big home run last night. There's one of the first changeups there. Got a fastball away and then came back through the changeup. But look at the sweeps from last week. While we talked about this, but check that out. Sweeps in this league.
And when you get swept, that is just such an anchor around that conference
It
record.
is. That's the goal of any team. For 10 series, don't get swept, because it's such a hole to climb back out of. Auburn went in Tuscaloosa 4-2, came out 4-5.
Particularly in this league, I mean, you think about it, Mark, if you just don't get swept, that gives you 10 wins right there.
That's
you only
it.
need, what, 3 more to feel like you got a chance at
14-ish is
getting into the
probably going to get you in.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. In this league with the RPI, strength of schedule, good pitch.
On the inside corner, Helfrich caught looking. 3rd strikeout for Marciano.
So we gave the pregame tab nasty. Watch this. This is 88-90 on the black. Inner half, just, I don't know what you do if you're a hitter. You're trying to cover slider, maybe guess change up, and you get a fastball in the hands.
And now Camden Kojal.
And there is no answer, while we talk about the sweeps. And so if you're Arkansas, you're struggling. You need something. The problem is this league's going to give you nothing. You get no breaks. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you. They're going to have to hang in there, which is the message from Dave Van Horn. I promise you it is. Every day, same thing. Show up, work hard, and then things will go your way. But right now, they're just in that spot where they just have to hang in there. But they have to pitch. If they don't pitch, that's when it hurts you. He's been doing it a long time. He's seen this before. He's not going to panic, but they're going to have to pitch. And so they're going. Deach is going to have to keep them in this game when he gets back out there for multiple innings.
And on the hands and lofted into center, Carter has got the final out. 1, 2, 3, third for Jake Marciano on a beautiful night in Auburn, Alabama. Game 2 of Razorbacks Tigers here at Plainsman Park this weekend. Auburn with a 10-2 thrashing last night to take the first game of the series as the Razorback bullpen is migrating beyond the right center field wall. Obviously, with 7 runs there in the 5th inning, that pretty much was the game for Auburn offensively. But another big piece of the puzzle was Andreas Alvarez in his first career SEC start, punches out 10. And Andreas, I mean, first and foremost, you've got a Gatorade cup on your head. Is that more or less distracting than the hats we saw yesterday?
Probably less because it's not as heavy.
I don't know. We might be adding things to the pile here.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Can you tell me about your emotions, you know, prior to the game on Thursday? I mean, you've obviously been with Auburn now the last couple of years, and you've seen plenty of big SEC series openers Friday nights. What was it like to get the nod?
It was awesome, but I mean, just kind of taking it as another game. Just, I mean, you don't want to give these guys too much credit. Obviously, they're a good team, but just taking it as another game.
What's been the message? Lost 5 out of 6, got swept in Alabama. Andres, what's been behind the scenes? What's been the message from the players and coaches over that struggle you guys had for a few games?
Yeah, it was just keep going through it. Obviously, baseball is a tough game. It's the hardest game to play. So just being able to come back as a team and just keep swinging the bats and have a lot of confidence behind our guys and just stick together.
Bristol Carter at the plate. And Andreas, as you guys look at the rest of the season, I mean, you know, take it where you guys were last year, 4-5, and then 1-13 the last 21. What's kind of the vibe of that dugout, even before last night's win?
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of guys come back and a lot of vets that kind of knows what it takes. Just being able to know that we got to get through it as a team and just keep grinding. I mean, every team has its ups and downs, and it's just we'd rather have it happen now and just find our identity now rather than a week before SEC play and kind of trying to figure ourselves out in playoffs.
You can kind of see how easily focused Andres Alvarez becomes, because you're getting a lot thrown at you here. What is the picture on your chest?
This is Todd Clay, and that is Logan Gregorio. Yeah, that's at Buc-ee's. We go to Buc-ee's on all our road trips.
All right, love the Buc-ee's.
That's the team's favorite spot.
All right, very good.
Ooh, Carter not happy with that call from Eddie Newsom.
Yeah, he needs to get out of there, too. He's too good a player. Tough pitch, tough call, but let's get out of there and get back to the dugout.
You know, Andreas, I always like asking guys this, you know, how long did you hit for?
I hit up until my junior year of high school. I took the senior year just to focus on just pitching. I honestly hated hitting. Hitting's tough.
That's great.
So I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm going to be done with that and stay healthy to pitch all year.
Talk about the breaking ball, Andres. It was an absolute hammer last night. Have you always had that? Did somebody develop it for you? Did you learn it here at Auburn? It was really good last night.
I kind of always had the curveball since high school, really. I mean, the slider was a work in progress when I got here. Me and Teef kind of focused on that one, too. It's a little bigger compared to most sliders, but the curveball, I've always kind of had that.
You mentioned the size of the movement there on the slider. Did you adjust your grip at all with Teef?
Yeah, I did. So that was probably the biggest thing, is just being able to have a grip that I could still feel like I could get some arm speed on, so it didn't just baby and there was always a ball, and then that helped me throw it for strikes more, just being able to throw it as hard as I can in the zone with good movement.
Do you know how many towels and hats you have on your head currently?
I actually have no clue.
We have our statistician is keeping a count.
working on
There's
that.
one's gone with the hat. It's two towels.
They're
there
taking
goes
it
the
off
leg
now.
guard.
Okay. You did have 3 towels on your
towels,
head at
okay.
one point,
Yep.
and now you're just
In a picture.
okay. Good.
Well, now I feel bare.
Yeah.
We talked about how many hit batters are on this team, and Chase Felix hit a bunch, and then gets hit again with a breaking ball. Dietz was throwing really well and got a breaking ball in there. Andres, talk about the grind of this league. We talked about it some before we got to you. Just the grind of this league and how brutal it really is.
It's tough. This is my roommate Saxon right here. It's tough. I mean, the SEC is the major leagues of college baseball. I mean, honestly, that's why you come and play in the SEC, though. Coming out of high school or guys coming in the portal now, it's the best place to play college baseball. It's also the best place to grow. So that's probably the best thing.
Awesome.
As Rembert flies this one up down the right field line and foul ground. Stewart out of room. Well, before we let you go, Andres, only because we did have Saxon Roberts make an appearance there. How is he as a roommate? You want to put him on blast right here? Anything he can improve upon?
Oh, I love the kid, but he's awful. I mean,
details.
Hold on. I mean, if you guys could just see what he does in a dugout for a weekend, that doesn't change. That is Saxon 24/7 every day of the week. Whether it's you're trying to go to sleep and it's 11 o'clock at night, or it is 8 a.m.
So
talk about Saxon as a roommate.
On the offensive side, kind of similar to Bristol Carter, same kind of.
Oh yeah, I
jive.
mean, it's nonstop. He's a little nicer than Bristol is to other teams. I've actually never seen Saxon mad ever. He's
Bristol's
always got a
mad right
smile.
now. We got Bristol on camera, and he's mad right now with that fastball in.
Yeah, you could tell. He shows his anger a little more. Saxon just doesn't realize he should be angry, and that's what you love about him.
Little bouncer out to
Good
third.
runner.
And They get Rembert by a step. Well, Andreas, thanks for the time, man. We enjoyed it. Best of luck with Saxon as a roommate. Hope he can mature a little bit as the season goes along.
Yeah, of course. Thank
You
you.
rub off.
He's so mad. This is the maddest you'll ever see him right here. This is the maddest you'll ever see him.
Oh, you're talking about me? What are you saying?
I think our interview's running off tracks here. We got to go.
Yeah, we got to
Thank you,
go.
guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Andreas. Yeah. So Andreas Alvarez, starter for Auburn last night, first career SEC start. And you know what? Good for him. I bet it's tough to get some sleep the night before starting. You got Saxon Roberts with you. That's off the glove of Dietz, out
Good
to
play.
short. Kojal in time to get Terrell. And that's the end of the third inning. Saxon, what do you got? Oh, here we go. I beg your pardon. I thought we had him, but no, here's what we got. Come over here. We got something to talk about. It could be hostile in the dorm this next week or so. Hashing things out as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Thanks again to Andreas Alvarez for joining us, and Saxon Roberts for being a featured player.
He joined us too.
Yep, he sure did.
Wasn't invited, but he joined us.
Well, Arkansas head back to the plate, and here's kind of the story right now. Top three hitters combined 0 for 6 for the Razorbacks, and it was Carter Rutenbar who led off the second with a base hit. That's when the Razorbacks were able to load the bases but couldn't come through with that big hit. Let's see what Rutenbar faces from Marciano here in his second trip.
Well, and because we were interviewing Alvarez, we missed a really, really good inning. Didn't miss it, but didn't. Hunter Dietz had a huge inning. The fastball was 96. The breaking ball was good. 7-8 pitches. He did his job, and he's done his job now for 3 innings, 2-0. But he's keeping the game tight, giving the offense a chance. Look at him go. Rutenbar's in.
And spraying one into left field. Rutenbar trying for 2. Here comes the throw from Terrell. It's late. A leadoff double for Arkansas here in the fourth. And Carter Rutenbar, he's a machine right now.
2 pitches, 2 hits, and look, that was a double Wiley when he left the box. That's how you hit doubles. This ball's probably a single if you want it to be, but this guy's trying to win a baseball game for the Razorbacks, and he is gone. Good throw by Terrell. Got a good arm. But if you don't step it up right out of the box, you're out. Rutenbar did. Safe, double, lead off. Got some things going here.
And although Arkansas has lost 5 in a row, Rutenbar has started 5 straight. And he's reached base in more than half of his plate appearances so far in the lineup over this stretch. A swing and miss from Micah New. So he has been a catalyst for the Razorback offense. Let's see if Arkansas can capitalize here. And this is something Dave Van Horn talked about yesterday, about they had some opportunities with some innings that were set up, just couldn't find the big hit.
Good pitch there by Marciano. Similar pitch that Bristol Carter got. It's called a ball. So right now the strike zone's bouncing around on Dietz and Marciano a little bit when they get pitches one time and they don't get them the next time.
That one at the knees, 1 and 2 on Micah New.
That's the crossfire. What is a crossfire? The left-handed pitcher's kind of out to the first base side with his release point, and he crosses the plate in on a right-handed hitter. It's hard to deal with for the right-handed hitters. You see it out there, and it cuts right in on you. It's a great pitch.
New beat to the spot.
Did it again. Took the fastball up right there and elevated with 2 strikes. And again, just making pitches as Jake Marciano. Watch this pitch. Not a strike, but up above the hands, in at 90, very tough to deal with. Doesn't have to be a strike to get an out.
So New cannot get Rutenbar over to third. Now Reese Robinette.
There's the good slider we mentioned. He has thrown it 28% of the time. Jake Marciano, 28% of the time through his first 7 starts, had thrown the slider, and he's featuring it tonight. Robinette, he threw more fastballs last at bat than breaking balls.
Chopper to first. Nice pick from Bingaman. He takes the out at first. Rutenbar to third, but now 2 away.
It's the same exact thing we talked about with Guevara in the first inning. Watch Binghamton come. If this ball hops again, he's got no chance. Stiff forearm, he pushes through it, but it's the reaction off the bounce. While it is so tremendous, it allows both those guys to make great plays.
Well, here we go again. Arkansas in need of a clutch hit here. Zach Stewart.
Both these teams are elite defensively. Auburn came in fielded 974 and Arkansas 977, so both of them play great defense.
When you're going through a funk offensively, Mark, it sometimes just comes down to somebody's got to be the guy.
Yeah, and Auburn's making plays. Those 2 balls, one in the first inning, one there. If they happen to get through, right now Auburn's making plays. Last Sunday, Auburn hit some bullets. Alabama made plays. Auburn got swept. That's just the way this league works. It will give you, the talent is so good and these players are so well trained, you get nothing. You're going to have to go get it.
2-0.
Arkansas has made a living. They're kind of like LSU was in the early 90s. Arkansas has made a living in the last 15 years with the 3-run home run. Elite pitching. But they've made their mark with the 3-run home run. Games 2-1, real close, boom. 3-run home run, game's over. That's what they've done for years.
2-1. Off the end of the bat, blooped into left center. The sliding grab made out in right center by Mason McCrane. Another play from the Auburn defense, and that keeps a run off the board. Tough play for the freshman in right field. 6'6", down to a knee. Park. We are now joined by Arkansas head coach Dave Van Horn. And coach, let's start with Hunter Dietz. He's kept you guys in the game thus far, and I feel like you found a little bit of a rhythm there in that 3rd inning possible.
The stuff's pretty good, but you know, he's missed a few spots, and he got away with hitting their batter with 2 strikes on him last inning. Feel fortunate for that, but they've gotten a couple big hits. We haven't got the big hit, and that's the difference.
Coach, you've been doing it a long time. You've had teams that have been in kind of a fog. What do you tell your guys day in, day out to keep them locked in and going?
Well, you got to stay focused, and you got to, you know, keep working hard, and good things will happen for you. You know, it's not going to they're not going to give it to you. You know, you've got to take advantage of mistakes, and you know, just there we go again. Leadoff man on 3 out of 4 innings. So, you know, you just got to keep working, and hopefully you can turn it around.
Coach, thanks for your time. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Okay, thank you.
I think Coach Van Horn put it pretty well. Their leadoff man on for the 3rd time in 4 innings. The 2 runs that Auburn have scored have been by the leadoff men that reached.
And Guevara now has hit a fastball, a breaking ball, and a changeup. He's got 2 base hits, and he's having a great series. He's 5 for 5 now on the weekend, 3 for 3 yesterday. So Guevara has found his groove, and he is swinging the bat.
drew a walk yesterday, too, on top of that.
And Wiley, this is the same Auburn offense that could not muster anything. Shut out 5-0 against Texas on Sunday. Went to Alabama, lost 3 games, scored 4 runs. Now here they are, back on track, swinging the bat, doing a great job. I ran into an Auburn fan this week in town. He was not happy. He was mad. And I would say to every single SEC fan listening, what would you rather have? Your team going to Omaha or your team winning the series against their arch rival? And he said, I want both. I said, you can't have both. I said, pick one. He said, okay, Omaha. So yeah, so I get it. You lose to your arch rival, nobody's happy. The coach is the most unhappy. But these teams on this field, both these teams have a legit shot every year, and this year included to be in Omaha. And they'll be just fine. That's not just flowery talk. Pretty good pitching there by Hunter Deeds to strike out Matador.
I think the most recent example, Auburn, they swept LSU here last year.
Killed them.
LSU wins the national championship.
You and I worked those games. Yes. And Coach Van Horn is right. It all starts right on that mound. You got to keep pitching. He said it. It'll give you nothing. And right now, Auburn is taking in this game.
And Ethan Bingham's been a big part of it. RBI single in the second inning to score Guevara. And also made a real nice play just a half inning to go on a tough short hop at first. True freshman from Corona, California. And a ball in the dirt. Off goes Guevara. Helfrich, a seed down to second. They got him. Ryder Helfrich showing off the hand cannon again.
Well, and it's really good baseball by Eric Guevara. We talked about it last time. He got a good jump. You just got an elite guy out there throwing you out. Helfrich is so athletic. Watch him get, look how far the ball went. And Guevara got a great jump. Just an athletic play by the catcher. That's all you can say, because it was a great jump, good read. Everything was good there on that play.
And hit sharply right to Rutenbar. He's got it. And in a blink, leadoff man, no problem. Inning's over.
Good pitching, good defense.
Candidate for SEC Pitcher of the Year before we began tonight. He has looked like it so far through 4 innings now, Mark. Scoreless. He's been in a couple of tight spots, but he's made big pitches.
He just battled out. That's what separates Friday night guys. They don't panic. They battle out. You see what he's done there. The one walk is just for him. It's like, what? I walked a guy. But he's striking guys out. He's making good pitches, and it's not easy in this league. Nothing's easy about it. He's worked through some jams, and so far given his team 4+ now in the 5th inning. It's been a 2-pitch mix. He has the curveball coming in. He only threw it 1% of the time, so it wasn't that featured. I kind of blew up his 4 pitches, but the changeup's been a pitch, and I think I've seen 2. It's probably been a steady diet of half and half, maybe a little more fastballs and sliders.
1-0 on Cahuilla lower. And Lloyd takes strike 1.
There it is. 1-0 count. Everybody in the stadium's thinking fastball, and you throw a breaking ball. That is the root of pitching. You can't give hitters what they think they're going to get.
Inside corner. I'm telling you, if you're out there listening to us, you're a young pitcher, learn two things: to pitch inside and to throw changeup. And that's the Gabe Gross effect. We had a conversation 2 years ago, Coach Gross and I, in the offseason. He's the hitting coach here at Auburn. We had a conversation about how that team at Auburn did not pitch inside, and they were last in the league in walks and ERA. And he made a point to stress it.
1-2 is cranked into center field. Carter dashing back. He reels it in on the warning track.
So Gabe and I sat down one day. Gabe's around town, and I coached Gabe 1 year when he was a first-round pick. And he just talked about how that Auburn staff 3 years ago, when they were dead last, and they won 8 games total in the SEC, then last year, number 4 seed, turned it around. That was a big piece, was he said, as a hitter, I do not want you pitching me inside. I'm uncomfortable. And so I got to believe somewhere along the way, he and Coach Thompson, the coaches meet, they talk every day. His influence of, hey, I was a hitter. Let me tell you what hitters don't like, and Auburn's gone and done it, because all their guys can pitch in, all of them. That's the influence of Everett Tiefert as well as a pitching coach every day. It's pitching in while they're without hitting guys. That space, somebody's got to own it, either the hitter or the pitcher. Whoever owns that space between body and plate is going to win the game.
And as a pitcher, Mark, how difficult is it to master commanding your fastball to both sides of the plate, glove side and arm side?
It's hard because it takes body control. Most high school kids, especially with good arms like these guys have, throw as hard as they can. They don't have to pitch. You get here, you better learn how to pitch and pitch both sides of the plate with your fastball. So it's body control, which Jake Marciano is, and really so is Dietz. Both of them have great body control, and they both have located the ball very well to both sides of the plate tonight, fastball and breaking ball.
When you talk about body control, you're watching guys who are repeating their delivery.
Not overthrowing. Relax, breathe, be who you are. Don't try to be somebody that you're not.
Liner slashed foul.
This guy right here looks like he's playing catch. Jake Marciano looks like he's out in the backyard with his mom. He doesn't want to hurt her hand. He's just playing catch. I heard an old baseball guy years ago, and he was not a pitcher, but he hated pitchers that walk guys. And he would say, guys, pitching is a glorified game of catch. Just play catch. That's what he's doing.
A baseball player who doesn't pitch, that doesn't like pitchers?
Yes.
I'm shocked.
Pitchers are hated.
And that time, 89-mile-an-hour fastball beats Christian Turner. And Marciano has now retired 10 of the last 11.
Look at him finish, push. It's a fastball up in the zone, above the hands, outer half. I would love to talk to the hitters that face him and ask them, how long does it take to pick the ball up? I don't think they see it, because again, 88, 89, and he blows it by. You see what's happening right there now. 2 hits the first time through, and so far he is shutting them down second time through.
So Nolan Souza begins the third trip through the order for Arkansas. Not a whole lot going the first time through or the second time through. The one hit the second time was that double from Carter Rutenbar. Bouncer out to first. Bingaman's got it and flips to Marciano, who just beats Souza. Another 1-2-3 inning for the sophomore southpaw. Just another splendid night here at Plainsman Park. Auburn a 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And for the Tigers, trying to pull off something similar to what they did a year ago. They began the SEC season 4-5, wound up winning 13 of their last 21 games. Started 4-5 this year. Last night's win, they pulled back to 500. We'll see if the Tigers can put together another strong finish in 2026. That pitch is fouled out and played by Mason McCrane. That's kind of been the patented Butch Thompson style. It's been peaking at the right time.
Tells you what kind of coach and person that he is. He knows how to push the right buttons. And that's where you want to be a little concerned. If you're playing really, really good right now in the SEC, great. But you got 7 more weeks. Can you maintain it? And I'm going to keep bragging on Hunter Dietz. This guy's settled in. We talked about a starting pitcher in this league needs to give 5 innings. He's in the 5th and looks better now to me than he did the first 2 innings. He is cruising with really good stuff.
There's now 7 strikeouts for Hunter Dietz.
Yeah, it's elite. This is an 88-mile-an-hour cutter, which we haven't seen a lot of that. He throws his cutter. That's it right there. Yeah, it wasn't a big breaking ball. The cutter, 27% of the time coming in. That was 100% cutter right there and a nasty one.
Oh, 0-1 on Brandon McCrane, who struck out on the slider in his first trip.
I mean, this is first-round stuff we're seeing here. He's only a sophomore, so he's got another year to go. But this is first-round stuff. A kid out of Florida, you know, was recruited by the Gators and Seminoles and ended up at Fayetteville because of the history. And, man, you go into that stadium and see the crowd. There's no reason why you wouldn't want to play there.
Well, he is a redshirt sophomore, in fact, Mark. So
Had
he
an
is
injury.
eligible.
That's right. You're right, he is. So July for him will be a big year.
And it really wasn't just one injury. It's really incredible what he has done this year compared to the first 2 seasons as a Razorback. In those first 2 seasons combined, he made 4 appearances, worked a total of an inning and 2/3 over 2 years. And that was because he had a stress fracture in his elbow in the fall of his freshman year. Came back, made a couple appearances, suffered another setback, and after, again, just 4 relief appearances, he's come in and has been arguably Arkansas's most reliable starter this year.
Reminds me a little bit of Andy Pettit, a guy from way back in my day.
Backhand chance for Souza. The problem? 2 away. Tomorrow, a really good softball doubleheader right there on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Number 7, Florida hosts number 16, Mississippi State, in the second game of their 3-game series at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Then the series finale between number 11, Georgia, and number 15, Texas A&M in College Station. It's a fun way to spend your Saturday, huh?
Sure is. Got to call a softball game a couple weeks ago, Kentucky-Auburn, and it was awesome, except that with a 3-hour lightning delay and then 13 innings in game 2, which took us to midnight.
That one stung sharply on one hop through the infield. Big turnaround and a slip from Carter, but he races back. He does everything at about 110%.
And while I thought that was a slip, or that's the way he stopped. He was going so hard. It's funny. I'm not a real bright guy, and I've been calling games, and his walk-up song is The Stroke. I think he's just putting the brakes on. I think that's intentional. Like, this is the way I stop.
You might be right. By the way, that hole in his pants was already there.
Yeah, and don't fix it, by the way. Leave it. He wants it just like that. He's what you call a dirt bag. He'll go to work here on Dietz with his feet moving around, jumping. And if you're Dietz, let him jump around. Your focus is right here on home plate. You don't get paid money at first base. As a pitcher, you get paid throwing strikes across the plate. So, and Dietz has been around a while. He won't get distracted. He'll keep making good pitches.
Well, Carter certainly is drawing attention.
Yeah, and with Chase Fralick up, left on left, I would let Bruce go ahead, steal your base. I'm going to get this guy out, and in the inning, that'd be my mindset. If I'm Hunter Dietz, let's get Chase Fralick out, because if you're dangerous with him, he's going to hurt you.
Off the end of the bat, a little roller bouncer out to Kojal and throws across his body in time.
Well done.
Bristol Carter stranded at first. Ryder Helfrich leading off for the Hogs. The Razorbacks need a couple of big swings. Probably an unfamiliar sight. Ryder Helfrich with his 10th home run of the season last night. And he went the other way out towards the player development facility. And Ryder Helfrich, beg your pardon, is having another special run here these last 5 games.
Took 95 from Alvarez and just smoked it off that brick wall. You're right. He's an absolute bullet. He's hit 10. He is their guy that could use him to get something. 2-0, right? Tight game like you'd expect on a Friday night in the SEC in one swing.
How about a bunt from Helfrich? That is a foul ball.
Yeah,
Didn't see that coming.
No, and I don't know that's what Coach Van Horn wants. Hey, you're trying to create something, but you have a chance to hit one over the scoreboard. Probably what he'd rather see him do is go get one with a barrel and hit it out. Auburn's deep, so he's trying to create something. Another California guy, Bingham over there at first base for Auburn. California coming halfway across the country. Helfrich halfway across the country to Fayetteville. The league has draw, really internationally. Guevara's from Panama. They got guys all over this league, from all over, really all over the world.
Ball and a strike now on Ryder Helfrich. Top 30 prospect in this summer's draft. And you know, the real difference in the game here, Mark, is leadoff men. Arkansas has gotten a couple of leadoff guys to third, but haven't gotten them. Auburn's gotten a couple home.
Well, the one thing about Jake Marciano, he's just not going to have a blow-up inning, Wiley. He's just not going to have an inning where he loses. Now, you may get some hits off of him and drive some balls around, but he's just not going to have an inning where he goes a lot of balls and give you a lot of opportunity.
Helfrich high and deep.
Yeah,
Terrell is looking up. Carter over, and that conquers War Eagle wall. Ryder Helfrich, 4 straight games with a home run in Arkansas, is on the board.
Yeah, hence the bunt, right? Let's do that. Let's don't bunt. Good for him. He got a changeup. It was the pitch I had in mind. I think that Frelick and Marciano chose correctly. They hung it, and this guy's just too good. He got a changeup up. You see the emotions. What's going on there? Leader, catcher, fiery. He got a changeup, and he drilled it. Just like that. It's a one-run game. What you'll see is a changeup that missed. It sat right up in his eyes. Yes, and that's not where you want to miss to a guy like that. Strong, athletic. We've seen him do a great job behind the plate a couple plays, and now cuts the lead in half.
And that is already 5 home runs in SEC play for Ryder Helfrich.
Yeah, I think he may be the first 20 guy this year. If he gets 20 in the league, he's got a chance to hit one anytime he's at the plate.
Kozel way out in front, 1-2, and you mentioned Marciano not having a blow up in it. He seems like a guy who can shrug things off.
Yeah, he's frozen cold. He's ice cold. Big swing there by Arkansas. Comes right back, throws 2 strikes, head a 1-2. It's just part of the game. Auburn bullpen is moving around a little bit. He has only, 80 pitches, so the pitch count's in good shape. But it's such a tight game, and Auburn has a pretty good bullpen. You just can't afford to let it go too far away. Not a lot going on, really. Guys moving around and getting the juices flowing. That's about it. You know, when you're a Friday night guy like Dietz and Marciano are, while you earn the right, you earn the trust, I guess is a better way to say it, of your coaching staff to stay out there because you've done it so well, so long this season.
3-2 pitch to Kozel. Strike 3 called. Locked him up. Another strikeout. That is 6 for Marciano.
And Kozel knew it too. He knew it. No argument. Outer half. He's done it pretty much all night. This is splitting the black on the outer half. Man. He has some skills that you can't teach. He has some things he was born with.
The only guy who's had trouble retiring tonight has been Carter Rutenbar, who's 2 for 2.
Pitches. 3 pitches.
He's hacking again.
I don't blame him. Swing it. Rutenbar's feeling good, hitting the ball well. Marciano doesn't throw a lot of balls. Why not? Go up there and swing back.
I know Arkansas is not playing with a full deck without Damian Ruiz, but between Helfrich and Rutenbar, they got two guys who are really hot.
My point about Marciano, they're great coaching staffs, pitching staffs on each of these teams, but there are some things you just can't teach. So what do? You recruit it. You look for things like Marciano offers, a quick arm, hides the ball well. Those are things that you look for when you're in the stands watching high school baseball, evaluating guys.
Marciano racing over, and they missed the bag.
They totally missed it.
And Marciano saying, no, I did not review it. And yep, Butch Thompson's going to do that.
I thought he missed it. We'll get a good look right here.
Auburn is challenging.
Ooh, that was close.
Front edge, maybe.
Well, I think between those two looks, I haven't seen anything indisputable.
Here's a good look.
See a little dirt fly up there.
And it's that extra kick that got him in trouble. It's that extra kick. Kind of, he knew maybe he had missed it and takes that little extra kick. Okay, I missed it. He definitely misses it there. And then tried to kick and get it there. I think it's a great call. It's right there in front of David Sousa. He's looking right at it. He's in great position.
I don't feel like I've seen anything that makes me think that's.
After review, the runner is out at first base.
Wow, okay, I stand corrected. We're told this is the look. We haven't seen this one yet that says, okay, there you go. And you can see some of the dirt you can see the movement of the bag.
Yep.
Yep, there it is.
All right.
Well, I stand by what I said. I hadn't seen anything that changed my mind until that view.
And there'll be a real brief conversation in the dugout from Coach T. Hey, pal, step on the bag. You're doing great. Step on the bag.
So ball one to Micah New, but Arkansas, thanks to the solo homer from Ryder Helfrich, is on the board. Just a one-run game.
Came in with 47 home runs, did Arkansas, so now 48. And they've got guys up and down the lineup. Koziel's hit 8. They have a couple with 5, so they hit home runs they always have. No lead is safe. Unless you're facing a guy like this, who doesn't make a lot of mistakes over the plate. He made one, and Helfrich got him. He hasn't made more than that, though, just a couple.
One and two on New. Strike three called.
This ball in again, a little bit of emotion there from the lefty who we said had ice cold veins. We got a ball game.
But Arkansas cracks the zero. Deep to right field. And in left field, War Eagle Wall beat Ryder Helfrich. Jake Marciano, 6 innings, 1 run. Hunter Dietz, meanwhile, fires ball one to Chris Rembert. Here's how the top of the 6th inning ended. New, frozen.
Talked about how calm and cool he is. There's some juice. There's some energy right there. And we're seeing a doozy tonight between these two guys. A power lefty and Dietz sitting around 95, and a command sink change breaking ball lefty from Marciano pitching their tails off. Fun to watch. Dietz is settled in, man. He's got this thing locked down right now. I think Marciano's still explaining the first base thing. He's a little fired up about that. I didn't miss the bag. I promise I didn't.
He came pretty close, though. Yeah, it's a replay review instantly.
I'm getting it, baby. There you see, 6 games, 7+ strikeouts. Totally different creature than Hunter Dietz. Same results from these two guys. We see why Dietz came in leading the league in strikeouts. 58 punch-outs coming in 34 innings, and he's doing it again tonight.
And that ball gets a long ways away from Helfrich, and Rembert's going to reach on a strikeout.
That was a slider, Wiley, and it was a pretty good pitch. Just got away from Helfrich, which doesn't happen very often. He pats his chest right there. Hey, my fault. Good pitch down and in. And a break for Auburn.
Now 8 strikeouts for Dietz. That gives him 66 on the year. Again, 2 of the top 3 strikeout pitchers in the SEC going toe-to-toe tonight. Marciano in 3rd. And Aruga Riojas entered this weekend pacing the SEC. Terrell comes up empty on that first swing.
We showed you Marciano 6+. There you see this, 6th game in a row with 8 strikeouts. For Jake Marciano, it was 7. Hunter Dietz, 8. And the lefties for Auburn right now, they're just not seeing it. It is just so good. Coming out of his hand, they're just not seeing it. But Terrell had a big double last night off the wall. It was almost caught. Great play by left fielder right there. Just 3 straight sliders in a row and just no chance. Just that good of stuff. That was almost abused. That's just, watch this thing now. This is not the curveball. This is a power slider with probably 14 inches of depth. Now you see it, now you don't.
And for 9 strikeouts, just 83 pitches.
It's called get ahead, stay ahead. There's about 25, 30 scouts here tonight, and they're getting a show from him.
Guevara 2 for 2 tonight. And here's a look at what he's done against Razorback pitching so far. Pretty good.
Yeah, he's hurt him on off-speed pitches. Last night it was a curveball. He hit down the line for double. Today it was a curveball, then a changeup. Right there, a good power fastball from Dietz, not to let him get out over that breaking ball or off-speed pitch.
We stick with it 0-1. Does and misses low at 96.
Yeah, I mean, this is, we talked about it, I said earlier, this is CC Sabathia, Andy Pettit back in my day. This is their kind of stuff. This is stuff, those two guys are in the Hall of Fame. Pretty darn good, big, strong lefties, 220 pounds, and just power stuff.
Lofted into left center, long run. It'll be Christian Turner to secure the second out.
So both starters have done an amazing job. They're not done. Neither one of them are done. We saw Marciano say, "I'm good, coach. I'm good." Like, if there's any question about taking me out, you're not going to do it. But this is going to become a bullpen game. You see Jake, his emotion, that's beautiful. Take a deep breath, settle back in. Pitchers can't get caught up in offense. They can't get caught up in the moment when the team's hitting. You stay on that bench, do your job, and get ready to go pitch.
We talk a lot about mound presence. Did you ever coach bench presence for pitchers?
Yeah, just stay out of it. Don't get caught up in the moment, right? We start hitting home runs and doubles. That's great. But you got to stay over there. You get ready. Your job's to go pitch. You stay in the moment. Stay in what you're supposed to be doing. Look at your scouting report.
And off goes Rembert, sliding in. He's out.
Helfrich was just a cannon back there. They were going to review it.
And it looks like Butch Thompson wants to review it. Ryder Helfrich, he wanted that one bad after the drop third strike. Got Rembert to first.
Auburn is challenging the outcall of second base that plays on the early review.
Got that on my stopwatch. Wow, that's a 1.93. I mean, that's elite major league catcher type stuff.
Let's see what we got here. Tell there with the left leg of Hoja.
refs. Oh, yep, there he is.
Man, that is close.
Yep, it is. I think it's going to go Auburn's favor, though. Two challenges here in the innings or so plus. I think Auburn maybe got a chance to win them both.
Can you definitively say that the glove was on the left arm of Chris Rembert? Again, out was the call on the field. And they are showing that same view that we just saw in the ballpark.
Here we go.
After review, the runner at second base is safe.
2 challenges by Coach Thompson, 2 wins. That's a big win right there, 2-1 game. Auburn finds a way to get a RBI base hit here, make it a 3-1 game. Could be a big lead, could be a big call in this game.
Eddie Madrigal, who returned just a couple of weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago, from an ACL injury, had surgery in October. 23 years old, a transfer from St. Mary's. 0-2 count. And Dietz says, don't worry, guys,
Yeah,
I got it
this.
covered.
I got this, y'all relax.
How about 10 strikeouts for Hunter Dietz? We go to the 7th. Hunter Dietz keeping the Razorbacks in at 10 strikeouts tonight. The stuff has been electric week in, week out. He's done it again here on the road. Meanwhile, Jake Marciano, how about the command he showed tonight?
They're totally different, Wiley. One guy's just a dominant power 96 with 2 breaking balls. The other guy's just feeling it around. You know, I say finesse, I take nothing away from Jake Marciano. Different styles and talents, but they're both elite tonight. And every Friday night, really, for these 2 guys.
You look at those 2 lines. I mean, that screams Friday night. I know it's game 2 of the series. Marciano, he has been the Friday night starter for Auburn. Dietz moving up a day with Gackle throwing last night, so he's typically been their game 2 starter.
Well, when we heard Coach Van Horn, I don't think he was overly excited when we talked to him about the way Dietz was throwing, just command-wise. I think we interviewed him again now. He'd feel real good about the way he's thrown the last 3 innings. And nobody's coming out of this game. Not these 2 guys.
Robinette with a chopper. Great backhand stab. Bingaman. He'll take it to bag himself this time. And another leadoff man put down.
So you hear the term next man up. You hear coaches talk about that all the time. Basketball coaches, football coaches in this league. Ethan Bingaman is a great player. But if Eddie Madrigal doesn't get injured in the fall, he might not have had a chance because there was kind of a question. Auburn kind of put 3 or 4 guys, even had Brandon McGrain over at first for a while until they settled until they settled in on Bingaman. So it really opened the door when Madrigal got injured to first base, and man, he's locked it down. Has Ethan Bingaman.
Stewart takes high ball 1.
There's no way to take him out. The way he's played, I've bragged on him every time I've called a game. Plays in foul territory, backhand plays, swinging the bat. He's in the lineup and not coming out.
Butch Thompson said it earlier this week. He plays first base like he's a middle infielder.
Yeah, and you hear both of these coaches talking I heard them both talking at preseason press conference about the players make the lineup, and that's what it means. You force coaches, you put them in a situation where they can't take you out of the lineup. Don't sit around and complain about playing time and coach doesn't like me. Coaches, they don't have to like you, they want to win. They want to keep their job. Make the coach put you in the lineup, and that's what Ethan Bingham's done.
Marciano misses his spot there, 3-1 for Marciano's 4th SEC start. The first 2 against Texas and Missouri, he went 7 innings each, allowing just 1 run combined over those 2 outings. 3-1, squirrely bouncer out to Guevara, and he beats Stewart by a step. And now Marciano 1 out away from going 7 innings again.
And he's not a physical guy. He's probably given up 60 pounds, I would bet, to Dietz. But yet, the preparation with the strength coach behind the scenes, things that we don't see, allows him to go out. This is start number 9 for him, I would guess. 4, 8, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, 8. So that's a lot of starts for a guy that's not real physical. So it's the preparation behind the scenes. It all started in August. What happens with those behind the scenes times that none of us see to prepare these guys to go out there and be strong. And that Auburn bullpen's quiet. He's right at 197 pitches, but right now it's a quiet look down there for both bullpens. Jet Johnson, a really good right-handed reliever. He's just kind of hanging out.
Season high in pitches for Marciano is 102. That came against Winthrop just before SEC play began.
And while it depends on how you get to 102, if you're in the stretch, if you labor, he's not laboring. His first pitch strike ratio is high. He hasn't been in the stretch a whole lot. He's walked 1 guy, giving up 4 hits. He's given up 6 base runners. Now we talked about it's less than 1 per inning he allows. His same theme tonight, and him Dietz as well. Same thing for him on the other side for the Razorbacks.
Continuing to get ahead. 0-2.
Coach Baird used the term carving, like you're carving a Thanksgiving turkey. That's what this guy's doing. I don't mean to blow these 2 pitches up too much, but golly, they're earning it.
Pitch number 100 bounces in the dirt.
As long as you're pitching, you can endure a tough streak. If you're not pitching and you're hitting really well, a lot to be worried about.
1-2. Swing and a miss. He unravels Aloy. 8 strikeouts in 7 innings of 1-run ball for Jake Marciano. The sophomore southpaw does it again. It's a tight one tonight between Auburn and Arkansas. We have stretched, and now we go to the bottom of the 7th. Auburn, they've had no problem hanging on the leads late so far this season. This has kind of been the story tonight. Both teams have had opportunity. Leadoff batters getting on. In fact, all 3 runs that have scored, they've come across after the leadoff man has reached.
Well, and you think with those kind of numbers, while they'd be like 5-4,
Exactly.
not with these 2 guys on the mound.
Well, it's quickly 0-2 on Ethan Bingham.
It's so different. You're looking at a guy here, number 32 for the Razorback. You're looking at a future Major League starter. For Jake Marciano, you're looking at an elite, polished college pitcher. Not to say he can't pitch in the big leagues, but the stuff of Dietz screams number 1, number 2 starter in the big leagues. Both guys scream all-conference, all-American. And fun to watch. 2 guys going about it totally different, but just as successful.
1-2 is hooked somehow. I don't think Hunter Dietz has executed a pitch like that and had it not result in swing and miss.
He's been all over the plate. A little shaky early with his command. Since then, total dominance. I mean.
And he barbecues Ethan Bingham. 11 strikeouts for Dietz.
Somebody made him mad.
And meanwhile, you see Jake Marciano and Everett Tieford, pitching coach, saying, you know what? I think you're done.
I think Coach Tieford was afraid to tell him. He's like, I'm going to get slapped if I tell this guy he's coming out of the game. Good call, 104 pitches, right? So, yeah, time to get him out. He's got a long way to go. Got rest of the season, super regional, put that one first. Hopefully Omaha for both these teams, so a long way to go.
First week of April. 0-2 on Mason McCrane. Hunter Dietz, it just feels like he's gotten stronger as the game has gone on.
You've heard about the proverbial rocking chair? He is in it. And I don't remember the last hard hit ball by either offense. I mean, it's been a long, long time ago since we had one.
Little tapper out in front of the home plate circle.
Look at Helfrich.
Helfrich lobs it high, and Rutenbar hold the bag. Wow.
Coach Sonny DeShera there at first base, again, asking for a review. And that one looked like it was safe. But watch this guy. Coach Van Horn singled out last night. I was watching the game, how great of an athlete he is. This is a 15, 20-yard run. The ball going away from him. Field it in stride, make a good throw. And I don't know. It's another close one, isn't it? So athletic, which is why he's so highly valued by the scouts.
All right, so Ronnie Teague telling us that they will review the call.
Third review.
Oh, there's some daylight there.
Yep.
I think this one's getting overturned.
Arkansas is going to win one, I think. Man, what a play, too.
No, I'm saying I think.
Oh, you like it Auburn's way.
I think he's off. Yeah, I got him off.
Man, I'm older than you. My eyes can't work that well.
Well, we'll see.
We'll trust these guys in black. Men in black. We have 4 men in black. They're going to sort this out. I love watching this guy. I love both of these guys. Fralick for Auburn. I mean, you're talking about 2 guys that are just absolute captains and leaders. First 2 came back pretty quick. This one's taking a little longer to see.
Let's take another look at it here. So the question is, did Rutenbar hold the bag by the time he received the ball? He's definitely off the bag. I feel that when McCrane touches home, the question is, did he receive the ball before his toe left the bag?
It's so close, isn't it?
That is really close.
I think you're right, Wiley. Those young eyes. Here we go. Well, maybe not. That office in Birmingham's been pretty busy the last 9 outs, haven't they? Here we go.
After review, the runner at first base is safe. Auburn maintains both challenges.
I know umpires don't like getting overturned, but there's no shame in that one. That is as close as it gets.
Coach Van Horn thinking, are we going to get one tonight? Coach Thompson 3 for 3 on the reviews and the calls. It was going to be a really tough play. Maybe a little lower throw would have gotten the out, but a good job of hustling by McCrane. And again, just a thing that goes against this Arkansas team. One little bitty thing like that just cannot get a break.
Brandon McCrane now with his younger brother at first.
And Brandon's the guy we talked about how Ethan Binghamton had earned the right at first. McCrane was in right field. He was in left field. This is like preseason stuff early in the season. He settled in at shortstop about 15, 20 games ago, and he hadn't given it up.
There goes Mason McCrane. Throw down from Helfrich. Late. Auburn has had no fear challenging the big arm of Ryder Helfrich.
No, they've got something on Dietz because they're getting good jumps, and McCrane's not a typical runner, but it's a bad pitch. Change him up and away, but just tough pitch for Helfrich to throw. But they've got something because they're getting great jumps on him.
Pitch number 100 foul back.
It's the versatility of this Auburn team. McCrane can play short. Bingaman can play first, third, outfield. They move Bub Terrell around everywhere in the outfield as well. Guevara can play short. They've got a lot of variety on this team to play where they need to defensively.
All right, let's take one more look at this stolen base here. Look how close this was at second. Helfrich says shoot.
Darn it.
1-2 bouncer.
Good play.
Handled by Rutenbar. He'll win the race to first. And that'll move Mason McCrane up to third, but now there are two down.
You see so many young baseball players not do. We saw it twice by Auburn, Bingaman, and Guevara. We saw it right there by Rutenbar. Come get the high chop. If you don't come get it, it beats you. He came to get it. Great defensive play. Here's the walk-up song for Bristol Carter, the stroke from the 80s.
A mound visit coming here from pitching coach Matt Hobbs in his 8th season in Fayetteville. Dietz has put together a phenomenal outing. Let me ask you this, Mark, and maybe I'm making things too complicated. Does Bristol Carter consider maybe a bit of a squeeze here?
With
I know it's 2
outs,
outs. I know it's 2 outs.
that'd be the only thing I would say no. A bunt for a base hit, yes.
Yeah, I guess that's really
But a
what I'm
squeeze,
asking, right?
yeah.
So bunt for base
And
hits
look,
counts.
there's been some times he's bunted, and I've been up here, I'm like, well, what's he doing? And one time it worked, and one time it didn't. But he's just free. Gabe Gross has given him freedom. If you see it, take it. So yes, you cannot settle in on the corners, especially at third here, and play too far back. And you see how deep they are at second and first. That's really, really deep. You got a left-handed pitcher falling toward third base. So let's see. I like it, Wiley. I like it. You're building some drama here.
Now Carter did single in his last at bat. It was a well-hit ball up the middle. It worked just fine as well.
Promise you, his eyes have caught what's going on the right side of the infield. There it is.
He does square. It's in the air, and it is a foul ball. Ronnie Teague there on the call.
It wasn't a squeeze, but Mason McCrane was coming because he saw the ball was down. So the ball's going to have spin on it. Probably actually hit foul.
I think if Robinette touches that before the
You
second
think so?
bounce, it's close.
Hey, and he'll do it again. Like, he doesn't get discouraged because the first one didn't work. I've seen him do it 2 times back to back, and he's still got a huge gap. Now, first base is going to come in. Rutenbar's going to come in a little bit. You have to honor it.
Not squaring. Fouling it back 0-2.
Last at bat, Dietz took a 95-mile-an-hour fastball in the inner half. Bristol Carter didn't like it, but it was a good pitch for a strikeout. Let's see if he goes back there again because he got it there last time and froze it.
0-2.
Yes.
Just fought it off.
He did, but he missed a little bit. 96. I mean, he hit extra mile an hour. How about that? 105 pitches, Wiley. 96.
He has done everything he can to give Arkansas a chance to come back and win this one. He wants one more out. Dietz deals. Bouncer left side. It's Kojal, and it's a perfect throw, and Hunter Dietz strands Mason McCrane at third and keeps the Razorbacks within 1. We go to the 8th. Margin between winning and losing this league is razor thin, and that looks to be how it'll play out again tonight. And here are the stakes. Arkansas trying to end a 5-game losing streak and a 5-game losing streak in SEC play. Hunter Deeds couldn't have done any more. Meanwhile, Auburn looking for their first series win over Arkansas since 2017. And Jake Marciano in line for that win, and it's up to Jet Johnson to try and protect the slimmest of leads, 2-1.
Yeah, good right-hander by way of Texas A&M. He came in as a two-way guy. Wiley, he'll be 93 to 95. Really good slider, probably the best slider, pure slider on the team. Doesn't walk a lot of guys, which nobody in Auburn staff walks a lot of guys. You see the numbers there. So this is kind of his role. He's settled in with the injury to Drew Whalen. Really important piece for this Auburn team. They've lost him for the season with an injury. So Jet Johnson's kind of become that 7th or 8th inning guy, and even has closed some games ahead of Hetzler.
Well, Jake Marciano, for the 3rd time in 4 SEC starts, gives up 7 runs while allowing 1 run or fewer. Just a masterful effort.
It was. And look at what's going on there. That's Alex Petrovic, who could be tomorrow's starter. We don't know yet because of the shorter week. And they're discussing. That's a little back and forth communication on what he saw. So giving back to Alex Petrovic, hey, here's what I saw. Different styles, right-hand, left-handed, but still discussing hitters.
So Jet Johnson pours in strike 1 at 95 on Christian Turner.
Jet Johnson's always been a favorite of mine. He attacks the strike zone. He's kind of a right-handed version of Hunter Deeds. Take that 95 and just go right at hitters. He's going to do that.
I know this probably will not register with you, but for people who grew up watching Disney Channel back in the late 90s, early 2000s, the famous Jet Jackson was a popular show.
Absolutely. We had a game earlier this year. I think it was Youngstown State, and there was a hitter named Jet, and they faced each other, and we went 2 innings. We blew that up for 2 innings. Our production team brought it up, and we went on and on and on about the Jet, this and that. It was awesome. Perfect. My memory of Disney, when I was 11 in Central Florida, $11 to get in. Now, $1,100 to get in.
Times have changed. 1-2 to Turner. Got him. Climbed the ladder at 94. And Johnson's picked up with Marciano left off.
Yeah, that was on purpose. Fastball, break him down. Watch this. Climb a ladder. Yeah. 94 above the hands, and there's nothing you can do with that.
So Nolan Souza, the leadoff hitter, 0 for 3 today.
While the Auburn's pitching numbers in the country are in the top 5. They're in the top 6, 7, or 8 categories in the country. And in this league, 4 weeks in now, against the elite competition, they're still ranked inside the top 5, maybe number 1 in the country when it comes to walks per 9. They don't walk anybody. Strikeouts per 9. It's just quite a feather in the cap of Everett Tiefert and Scott Foxhall, who's the bullpen coach, and almost like a big league team. Have a bullpen coach now. They've done one heck of a job with these guys.
0-1 is stroked sharply into left field. The tying run is aboard at first. Arkansas trying to do something they have not done much of this year. They are 1-11 when trailing after 7.
Well, and I was going to say the happiest guys in the stadium were the left-handed hitters, with Jake Marciano going out. A really good swing there by Souza to shoot that ball the other way and give Arkansas some life here in the 8th innings.
I mentioned Ryder Helfrich. He's homered in 4 straight games now, including in his last at bat. He soared over War Eagle wall in left field. Souza this year 7 for 9 in stolen bases.
Helfrich's one of those guys when you're in the opposing dugout, you kind of just close your eyes when the pitch is thrown and just hope. You hope it doesn't sound too loud.
He takes the first one at the top of the zone.
And Jet Johnson has to be careful that he doesn't let the moment get the best of him, meaning try to overthrow. Because if you overthrow to this guy and you hang a slider, it's going to be 2-2 or 3-2. Excuse me. Just got to be who you are, which for Jet Johnson's pretty darn good. Just be you.
This is up and in, so hasn't fed him a fastball yet, those first 2 pitches.
And that's 2 hangers. That one was too far in. The first one was up over the middle of the plate, a little high for a strike. So that's 2 hangers. When you face guys like this, you think you have to be better or different, and you don't, and they can get you if you change things.
Throw over to Sousa.
At about 102. Ethan Bingaman is like, all right, I'm ready.
Ryder Helfrich, 10 home runs to lead the Razorbacks this year. And here's a look at that 10th home run. Beg your pardon, his 11th home run.
Really the only mistake Jake Marciano made all night, a hanging changeup, and Helfrich did not let him off the hook.
Johnson's got him in a 2-strike count. One, 2. Off the plate, ball 2.
That was the best one, and a great take by Helfrich. That's the nasty slider we talked about. It's the best one on the team, 85 miles an hour. Looks like a fastball and then just vanishes.
You throw a pitch like that, how does that affect you as a pitcher when you don't get the swing?
It hurts, but I come back and throw it again. I mean, it was so good, why not? It was a great take by Helfrich. Can he do it twice?
2-2. Hit in the air, deep to center, and back is Carter. He leaps and it's out of here. Ryder Helfrich has given the Hogs a 3-2 lead in the 8th. Holy Helfrich.
95 miles an hour, Wiley. And let's go back to the pitch before. An elite slider, an elite hitter, and he took it. He took the strikeout pitch, and he got a mistake, and look what he did with it. What a warrior. Catcher, see how fiery he is. You love that. And he's given his team the biggest boost they've had in 2 weeks.
Good to see Bristol Carter okay. He clanged into that center field wall pretty hard. Glove came flying off.
I mean, that was as elite as it gets. Lay off the big league slider, get 95. And I'm not sure it was a really bad location. Yeah, it was. It was really bad. Heck of an effort there by Bristol Carter. That ball was just absolutely smoked. 100 plus, I'm sure, on the exit velocity.
Ball 1 on Kojal. Ryder Helfrich has driven in all 3 runs tonight. He's called that game for 100 eats.
Life in this league, man. Life in this league. And that's what Arkansas has done for so long. They have broken the back of teams with the home run. They've hit so many home runs the last 20 years since Coach Van Horn got there. It's been a mainstay with them, and they did it again right here. Game's not over, but at the moment, it's a momentum stealer.
In the air to left and twisting foul. Strike 2 on Kojal. Well, needless to say, Mark, when you take a lead late in a game like this, and you're where Arkansas is, having lost 5 straight, this just feels like a critical moment that could really turn around your season if you can finish it off. Still 6 more outs to get.
Hey, wow, this was the #2 team in the country 2 weeks ago. They're number 17 now. That's how delicate it is between number 2 and number 17. So you're right. It's all there. It's just baseball. We've said that probably too much. That guy's seen it too. His 30-year career.
Two. Strike 3 call through the back door. Kojal set down 2 away.
It's been as good as it gets, hasn't it? 1 error, no walk, very few walks. Great pitch. That's a good breaking ball there. The backdoor slider. Left-handed hitter sees it away, thinks it's a ball, and it breaks back over the corner of the plate for the strike. Good pitch.
And now Carter Rutenbar.
one swing. I mean, just one mistake. Auburn's made 2 mistakes in 8 innings, and both of them have been home runs by Helfrich, and it's given Arkansas the lead. It's so good to watch this elite level of baseball.
I know it puts Jake Marciano out of line. He was in line for the win, but if Marciano can't win it, it feels right that Hunter Dietz now gets a chance to
Absolutely.
get the W. The way he pitched. 2-0 on Rudenbar as Johnson tries to get the Tigers back into the third base dugout. It is eerily quiet here as well after that.
All of a sudden, you love it when both starting pitchers do their job, and then it becomes a bullpen game. This is the way the game's supposed to be played. The starting pitchers give 7 strong, and now the bullpen goes to work. And we'll see if Arkansas's bullpen can hold it right now. Auburn's bullpen not able to.
Swing and a miss, 92 above the eyes. Johnson packages the 2-2. Here it comes. Just the second home run, by the way, that Jet Johnson has allowed this year.
And because of the slider, I just can't talk enough about how good of a take that was by Helfrich. I mean, that's a strikeout slider, the pitch before, and then he gets a mistake. Really good 2-strike hitting by a mature hitter who knows what he's doing.
Three-two spoiled by Rudenbar. Auburn, by the way, will have 2, 3, and 4 coming up in their order. That's Chase Fraley, Chris Rembert, and Bub Terrell in 8th. Auburn has led this game from the bottom of the first all the way here in the 8th until that swing by Ryder Helfrich. 3-2. Pounded foul at the plate.
Great at bat. And of course, it depends on matchups. We're looking ahead. If I'm Arkansas in their dugout, Steele Eves has 12 outings, appearances out of the bullpen with 1 start. Parker Coyle. So I like to play. All right, who are they going to bring in? Parker Coyle has 11 outings with no starts, and there's only a couple guys with saves. They don't have a real big closer with 7 or 8 saves, but they've got an elite bullpen. I promise you that. We'll see a big arm, whoever it is, with probably a really big breaker ball like Jet Johnston.
We were told Ethan McElvain might be the guy for
There you
getting
go.
a save situation.
Yeah, why not? .68 ERA.
Well play. Another 3-2 pitch forthcoming. And another
Outstanding.
spoiled 3-2 pitch from Rudenbar. He's put together some great swings tonight.
One more point on that, Wiley. I think Arkansas does go to whoever their closer is. Whoever they think their closer is, you got to get 6 outs. And you don't want to play around, so you're going to absolutely bring your best bullet, I would say, in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tomorrow doesn't matter. Arkansas needs to win this game.
9th pitch of the at-bat. We'll see a 10th.
This guy right here, Rudenbar. 2 pitches and 2 at-bats early with singles. He's battled, he's walked. Now we got a 10-pitch at-bat going with 2 strikes. Just doing everything right at home plate tonight.
Like we mentioned, it's been a tough 5-game stretch for Arkansas, but Rudenbar, he has been the silver lining. Really impressed offensively. And a little squirrely cue shot out to third. Guevara throws side saddle and a hop. It gets through Bingaman, and off goes Rudenbar to second. The throw down. They got him. What a play by Chris Rembert, backing it up. So we will go to the bottom of the 8th.
Ran a long, long way. Wiley, you're right. Amazing play.
But Ryder Helfrich, he has done it all tonight. His second home run, a go-ahead shot straightaway center field, an absolute rocket. And the Hogs have the lead. Our first crooked number of the night comes in the top of the 8th, and now Arkansas has a 3-2 lead. But before we go to the bottom half of the 8th, let's take a look at this last play. Guevara, a tough cue shot, charged with an error on this throw. Rutenbar tries for second, and then Chris Rembert off his back foot. What a play.
Yeah, if you're a young player, never get caught looking, and nobody got caught looking on the Auburn defense. And a great play. I mean, he ran. He could have stood there and watched. He's backing up at first base. Who does that? Guys that hustle.
And while Arkansas has the lead now, that could have been an opportunity for an insurance run. And as we suspected, Ethan McIlvain, the junior lefty, has come in for the Arkansas. And those numbers are eyebrow raising.
It's Bugs Bunny. You mentioned Disney a few innings ago. I want to talk about those are Bugs Bunny cartoon numbers. He is their guy. I would say if you're going to have a closer, this is him. He's 3-0. He's got 1 save. Doesn't walk anybody. He strikes a lot of people out and gives up no hits. It'd be a tough matchup for Freilich and for Bub Terrell, facing him left on left.
From Thomas Station, Tennessee. Thompson's Station, Tennessee.
And if he throws a lot of pitches and Arkansas gets the win, you burn him for tomorrow, it's okay. You get the win and worry about tomorrow. Coach Van Horn making a statement, hey, we lost 5 in a row. We got a lead on the road. Let's go with our best guy and try to win this thing.
And Chase Freilich leading off out of the 2 spot.
95. All Auburn has seen from the left side tonight is 95.
Freilich entered tonight leading Auburn in doubles, homers, RBI. He's the only Tiger to start every game this year. We got a new third baseman as well, TJ Pompey. Robinette, Reese Robinette has moved to first. Check swing. Called strike.
Really good cutter. Fastball at 95, cutter at 88. The cutter really has exploded across college baseball the last 2 or 3 years. I don't think Freilich liked it. I thought it was a really good pitch. Maybe even a check swing, but a really good pitch right to the back of it. That's probably what has set him up for so many strikeouts, is a really late, nasty breaking ball with 2 strikes. Got the Fu Manchu going. Built just like Dietz. I would guess 225, maybe 240. Big, tall guy, great arm. They just manufacture him at Arkansas.
Strike 3 called. McIlvain. And Chase Freilich griping.
But it's a delayed call, too. It was a bad call. It was delayed. And it's definitely a ball off the plate. No question. Not even close. A little bit delayed, 5 inches out. So Chase Freilich has an argument there.
And you know when you're a catcher hitting and you're arguing, you really feel strongly about it because you don't want to damage that relationship.
There's a relationship back between those 2 guys, but Chase Freilich was right.
Popped up. Foul ground. Helfrich can't make the play. Having to negotiate that low brick backstop with the netting.
Took the helmet off, took the mask off so you could see it. Had to run a long way. This ball is going to land, though, in a catchable position. Now, how's that going to play out? See what Chris Rembert, because Chris Rembert gets a second life here.
Last thing I'll say on that called strike 3 for Freilich, or on Freilich rather, is you know in that Arkansas dugout they're saying finally a 50-50 bounce goes our way.
Absolutely.
1-1 on Rembert.
Can Chris Rembert take advantage of an opportunity here by the ball that wasn't caught in foul territory?
He'll have to do it in a 2-strike count.
He's the #1 rated second baseman in college baseball as far as the draft goes. Is Chris Rembert. Came out of high school as a highly recruited shortstop from Florida, but has really found a spot and really fits second base so well. He got a little knee injury early, missed a little time, but has been consistent, been right here in this 2 spot pretty much the whole season. He a little lead off for a while.
McIlvain's 1-2. Got him.
Cheddar cheese, Wiley. Cheddar cheese. Heated up in the microwave at 95. We'll climb the ladder with some heat.
Up and away.
Now Bub Terrell. 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts, but there's no question he's got the power to tie this game up with one swing.
You tell me we don't have two Omaha teams right here on this field, despite being 4-5, Auburn 5-5 coming in.
Out in front of the plate, Helfrich from the infield grass, on the money to Robinette. It's a 1-2-3 shutdown, bottom of the 8th for Ethan McIlvaine. Arkansas with a 3-2 lead. Ryder Helfrich, the big 2-run homer to give the Hogs the lead at the top of the 8th. And well, if you're Auburn, if you got 2 wins trailing after 8 already this year, that number's not so bad. Arkansas has been pretty good at locking down the games they're in position to win late. But first, Chet Johnson returns, facing Micah New here in the top of the 9th inning. They say New offered at it, strike 1.
If you're Auburn, if you could replay anything, it would be the slider that he didn't throw to Helfrich. I think I would have thrown it again. Looking back does no good to look back, but up here we can do that. And Arkansas and Helfrich took advantage of it.
Is it just me, or did a fog roll in?
Somebody's got a real good backyard fire going somewhere.
Smoke. Okay, we're being told it's smoke.
We're smoking. Yep. Somebody let one get away. They had a family cookout going and got a little too excited. Probably an Arkansas fan that saw the Helfrich home run. They forgot.
I was thinking it might have been the crater that ball left out there in center field. I mean, that ball was crushed. We got nice velocity on that.
I didn't see it. Had to be easily over 105. Yeah. Yep. Gotta love it. Drama on Friday night in the SEC. Doesn't get any better.
1-2 to New. So one of 2 things are going to happen here. We're going to have a walk-off win for Auburn, or we got a rubber game in store tomorrow. If you're a neutral observer, I think that's a win. Yeah, if you're neutral.
2 o'clock tomorrow. Wiley, we'll do it again. You and I together.
Full count on New.
And I will brag on him. If you're a Braves fan, you recognize the voice. Wiley does work for the Braves. He was in Phoenix, as a matter of fact, this time last night. Got on a plane and flew in to be here with us. So, you Braves fans, y'all tune in this season. Good pitch.
Strike 3 call. We've seen a few of those. Fastballs on both corners from both sides.
Yeah, Eddie Newsom is getting it from hitters, and again, the inner half of the plate. I don't know, 50-50 maybe, Wiley. I can see the argument. I can see the strike call too. Pretty good pitch. No hitter wants to be called on a fastball in. They just don't. They don't like it. But Auburn's pretty good at it.
So Johnson, 3 strikeouts tonight. Of course, gave up the 2-run homer to Helfrich as well. I'll say this, Mark. If you're going to fly all the way from Phoenix early in the morning, if you're coming to see some SEC baseball, it's worth it.
Might as well see this kind of game, right? Big win for the Braves last night. Blew them out there in the desert land.
Saw a former Razorback last night, James McCann.
Is that right? Bunch of SEC guys on major league lineups. It leads. It's not even close how many guys are on major league starting to opening day lineups compared to other conferences across the country.
Although I guess I should mention that James McCann, he was not catching last night. He actually came in to pitch.
Is that right?
Ninth inning. It was a lopsided game.
Oh, okay. Position player came in and said, "What's going on there?" But yeah, I got you.
17-2 the final.
That's
A
what you
little more
want.
drama tonight here.
That's what you want when you're the manager. Hey, go give me a position player. Get him loose. Okay, Arkansas all the way back to the Helfrich at bat. They're laying off of that good slider by Jet Johnson. Two great takes there by Robinette. Two good ones by Johnson, and he laid off of both. I don't know if they're seeing the spin well or if they're just looking fastball because the slider is there.
3 men to the right of second base in the infield. Another full count.
And the analytics are so good that I guarantee Chase Frederick having more conversations right there with Mr. Newsom. But the analytics, while they're so good now, that I guarantee Arkansas knows exactly how many sliders Jet Johnson throws for strikes or not. So if you're able to pick up spin, you take it. Able to is the key. The relationship right now behind the plate between Chase Freilich and Eddie Newsom is not very good. They're about a foot apart, and it's not real good right now. Usually it's a pretty good bond, but a little fractured.
Yeah, strained relationship.
Yes, strained.
And a laser into center. Carter coming on. He makes the catch.
He's just so good out there. That ball was absolutely smoked off the bat of Robinette. Got a great jump, did Bristol Carter. Caught it kind of close to his body, but he's just so good. To his right, to his left, going back. Well, we're 1 out away from some drama here in the bottom of the ninth. If you like drama.
For Auburn, it'll be Guevara, Madrigal, and Bingaman scheduled. After the way Ethan McIlvain worked in the 8th, I'd be pretty dumbfounded if he's not out for the bottom of the 9th. Stewart takes a called strike.
I think you would have to cut off David Van Horn's shoes if somebody tried to take him out of the game. He's in there. He's in to close it. You and I talked about that. This is a huge, huge win for Arkansas if they can finish it off. Good changeup, good pitch. We've seen some really good takes. We've seen Arkansas lay off some really good pitches. And that's just discipline. That's just starts back in August, and they're talking about zones and using all the technology.
1-2.
And much like Marciano, so far Jet Johnson's made one mistake. 2 mistakes the whole game. Arkansas has the lead. Welcome to life in the Friday night SEC sphere.
A sphere, huh?
Yeah, arena. I was going for that one.
I like sphere.
Gone
1-2. Called strike 3. Stewart knew it. A perfect top of the 9th for Jet Johnson. 5-6-7 coming up for the Tigers. Can Ethel McIlvain snap the streak? To the bottom of the ninth, a one-run game here at Plainsman Park. Ethan McIlvain, lefty, trying to shut it down. Both these teams in the green when it comes to one-run games so far this season. In Arkansas, if you've ever been starved for a win, the Hogs are.
Yeah,
Now
5 games. Sorry, Wiley.
Eric Guevara, who's been retired just once in this series. He's 5 for 6, leads off for Auburn. And a first pitch strike from McIlvain.
Auburn's hottest hitter. You mentioned only made 1 out in 2 ball games. Swinging the bat, great. But a good cutter there. Take that power cutter, throw it around the inside part of the plate. Take the steam right out of Guevara coming to get a pitch.
0-2. We saw McIlvain just mow down 2, 3, and 4 in the Auburn lineup in the 8th. A couple of strikeouts and a great defensive play from Ryder Helfrich.
And so many closers, they're just such emotional, you know, hyper guys. This guy's like a starting pitcher. McIlvain out there just poised and calm. Real relaxed, making pitches. That's what it's all about. Elevate the fastball. Great pitch. Great take by Guevara. Now, Guevara's pretty good at breaking balls down and in. If McIlvain misses here with that cutter, look out.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Guevara. Fastball up and away.
Yeah, he didn't miss. He threw it right where he wanted it to. Going to be a pitch hitter for Eddie Madrigal. So Auburn is going right-handed bats off the bench here late. See if they can get something. Caden Combs, a freshman from Gardendale, Alabama, right outside of Birmingham. Highly rated first baseman. Doesn't have a lot of at-bats. So he is getting indoctrinated right now against Mr. McIlvain.
He is 1 for 10 on the year with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Caden Combs. Buckle up. First pitch strike.
88-mile-an-hour cutter for your first pitch. Been sitting over there for 2+ hours. Get an 88 power cutter for the first pitch you see.
Bounce to the right side. Friendly hop for Souza. 2 down. And Arkansas is 1 out away from snapping their longest SEC losing streak in 10 years.
And everything's been elite. The defense has been absolutely elite. The pitching has been crazy elite, top notch. It's been a really good game. So Auburn came in the series not swinging the bat great, but this has just been the pitching. This hasn't been Auburn having an off night with the bat or Arkansas not swinging the bat great. This has been just dominant pitching.
Bingaman waiting. Unloads in the first pitch. Strike 1 for McIlvain. This would be his 2nd career save. Spent the last 2 seasons at Vanderbilt, moving back and forth between the rotation and the bullpen. Exclusively a reliever this year. 0-1.
It's a good matchup for Auburn. Bingaman's been swinging the bat really well. He's not scared. He's not afraid of anything. It's a good matchup here. If he can just get a mistake. So far, McIlvain hadn't made any mistakes.
And now the Auburn down to its final strike.
Love to watch this guy work. Doesn't have a lot of saves yet. 3 wins. Probably going to end up with double-digit saves by the time it's all over.
1-2. Bingaman stays alive.
96.
Auburn won 10-2 last night in the series opener. Auburn led 2-1 going to the 8th inning tonight. Ryder Helfrich, go-ahead 2-run homer. Now he's behind the plate looking for strike 3. The 1-2. Bingaman is battling.
Exactly what you would expect. We've seen a whole game of guys just battle and fight for not much, really. The hitters have gotten crumbs, but there's been some really good battles on both sides of the offensive part of the ball.
Another 1-2. In the air, right field. Looks to be playable. Stewart's got it. The streak is over. Arkansas in dramatic fashion, comes from behind, led by Ryder Helfrich for a critical 3-2 win.
Dietz, McIlvain, and Helfrich. Wiley, that's it. Those three guys, plus some really, really good defense by Arkansas, got this win, got them off the monkey off their back, so to speak, got their first win in a couple of weeks. And we'll have a big matchup tomorrow for the rubber match.
So Arkansas, we can look back at that swing from Ryder Helfrich and point to that as a critical moment for the Razorbacks in this 2026 season. They've got a chance to win a series tomorrow to get back to 500 in the SEC and get a little momentum as they begin this road-heavy stretch away from Fayetteville. But 3-2, Mark, I mean, just what a game. This series gets a classic in game 2.
Yeah, it really is. And you would expect nothing less from what Coach Van Horn has built and nothing less from what Coach Thompson's built. Just two great teams going at it, having a battle. It'd be fun to watch tomorrow. See who shows up, who pitches the best is going to be who wins this series.
It'll be a 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Central first pitch from Plainsman Park, and we will have it for you. On behalf of Mark Fuller, our producer Jake Mays, our director Aiden Tuckman, I'm Wiley Ballard saying so long and good night from the Plains. A rubber game tomorrow after Arkansas takes game 2, 3-2, the final score. And we'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon.